Today we're talking about the two best budget smartphone gimbals on the planet right now. This right here is the DJI Osmo Mobile 7. Comes in at $89. That's pretty cheap for a smartphone gimbal, right? This right here is the brand new Insta360 Flow 2, and it comes in at $109. In Europe, €99. In Europe, €109. So in Europe there's a €10 difference, and in America there's a $20 difference. Is it worth going for this? Does it have any tricks up its sleeve that this one does not? Yeah, it has a selfie stick. The Osmo Mobile 7 does not have a selfie stick, which is, that's quite painful. If you want to get it with an AI tracker, now the AI tracker is pretty cool. It also doubles up as a little light, so you can light yourself if you're out there in the middle of town at night or in a forest, wherever you guys go at night. If you want to get the AI tracker, $49. $49. There is a little bit of a trick here, by the way. But this one comes in a bundle for $129. That's a really good price, right? Here, you have to buy it separately, so $89 plus, let's say, $50, yeah? But that's not it, because the clamp you get with the DJI has no connectors right there, see? The clamp you get with the Insta360 has no connectors, but that doesn't matter because the Insta360 connects straight to the gimbal. So it doesn't matter if you have this clamp or the $24 MagSafe clamp, you can still use the tracker. Right here, you're like, I'm gonna get the $25 it's actually 19, sorry. $19 MagSafe clamp, but yeah, out of luck. So you're gonna have to go and buy this clamp right here, which comes in at $25, and it has the connectors, which means you can connect this right here, and then you can connect this right here, and now it knows that you have the AI clamp installed. So $25, $49, $89. You do the maths. For $129, and you can use the MagSafe, which is the simplest thing in the world, because MagSafe makes my life so much easier. Clamp it on there, clamp it on here, and you're ready. And you can also do this. Now you're thinking, is that sturdy? Yes, it is, because look at the size of the metal tripod at the bottom. And look at the size of this plastic one. There is a very, very big difference. I'm moving them the same, but, if you're out somewhere where it's windy, Flow 2 is the way to go. And it's also one of the tripods that you can basically do this, and you can get really nice, cool, low angles. Now, you're like, Phil, okay, but they have the Flow 2 Pro. And by the way, if you're looking for the best, I'm not talking about the best budget, if you're looking for the best smartphone gimbal on the planet, Insta360 Flow 2 Pro. It's more expensive, but it has a whole lot more to offer, including 360 spin. These basically go to about 300 degrees and they both stop. They have like stops, hard stops. Whereas the Flow 2 Pro is going to spin and spin and spin and spin as much as you want. So if you're walking around it, it's not going to go, I'm not going any further. The Flow 2 Pro also has free tilt, which means that when you pull out the selfie stick, push it down and twist it, you can tilt 360 degrees till the battery dies. That's pretty cool. So the Flow 2 Pro has more tricks up its sleeve, plus the Flow 2 Pro has Apple Dock Kit, which this one doesn't. It does have NFC, so you can connect it, just go beep. But it also has Apple Dock Kit on the Flow 2 Pro, the more expensive Insta360 gimbal, meaning that you can use a whole load of third-party apps with the tracker, and it all works really, really well. But back to these two fantastic budget smartphone gimbals. So I really think DJI missed, the whole 360 spin thing, especially in their 7P, but they really missed out on the tracker. The fact that you have to have this and you can't connect it to the gimbal somewhere is it's an oversight for me. They're both fantastic and they both work in the same way. They both cost the same price if you want to buy them separately. They both have lights which go from cool to warm, from pretty dark to very bright, and they both have trackers, and you know, they work really, really well. So yeah, if you could connect it to the gimbal, which I'm sure DJI will do in the next, you know, Osmo 8, then it will be really cool. Insta360 already has that down, which is great. Now, if you're thinking, are there any more differences? Yeah, it doesn't have the kind of Flow 2 Pro 60 see-through design. It doesn't have the light that lets you know that it's recording, which is cool. It doesn't have the selfie mirror, so you can see yourself when you're filming on the, you know, the big camera instead of the selfie camera. It doesn't have those things, and it also doesn't have the green light here to let you know really well with green light that it is tracking. Now you're probably asking, why did
Insta360 remove the 360 motor on the Flow 2? And it's no doubt to save costs, because I'm guessing a 360 motor that can go round will save a lot of money. And I'm guessing the next question you're asking is, why am I speaking like a girl? Well, that's all to do with today's fantastic sponsor, Artlist.
Artlist, they've done some crazy stuff recently with AI.
And right now we have voice to voice. So say I'm at home, it's late.
I do a voiceover. My kids are somewhere in the back playing or something, and I want my voiceover to be a little bit more professional.
I want to sound like a girl.
Or I want to sound like an old man, and I want all my pauses. I want everything to sound and look the same. So if I just basically drag it on to my clip,
you're hearing my voice coming out this mouth right here.
Sounding exactly the same, with the same tonations, the same kind of anger.
The same happiness in my voice, but from completely different voice. And it's as simple as basically
downloading your voice, uploading it to Artlist, pressing, you know, whatever voice you want to choose. It will then change your voice
into another voice. You download that, put it onto your clip, mute your voice, and you're done.
that is the coolest thing ever in the world, and I'm really happy they did that.
Artlist is really expanding, and they have a whole load of tricks up their sleeve coming soon. If you're tracking, both of these will track to 10 meters, which is pretty damn fantastic. And they do it really, really well. If you have a subject in the frame all the way up to 10 meters, both of these will do a really great job tracking 10 meters. That goes for gestures too. So if you have gestures and you're using gestures, they will notice gestures up to about 10 meters away. If it's not too busy or crazy, the gimbals should know, and the AI trackers, what is going on. Now they both have a special zoom mode, so if you zoom in to 15 times, DJI has updated theirs because it used to be 8 times, but if you zoom in to 15 times, both of these will be able to track a subject 15 times, which is pretty cool, and it gives a lot more options for tracking people really, really far away. Not only that, but since the update for the DJI Osmo 7, there is now animal tracking on both of these, but DJI is horsing around a little bit because Insta360 is the only one that can actually track horses as well as dogs and cats, which both of them can do, but horses, that's pretty cool. So it has a whole load of options to track, and you know, that's pretty cool, including multi-person tracking, so up to 8 people, this thing, yeah, it will. We also have pro framing when it comes to the tracking, so you've got like points that you can press and it will help you. This has something similar, but you have to put it in the app, you have to, you know, select it, and it's kind of a reframe. So you reframe it, track, and it will track, you know, with the frame that you've chosen. So kind of similar, but a little bit different when it comes to, you know, the tracking options where you can reframe yourself. As for control, you can control both of these with the Apple Watch, which is fantastic. This one you can actually control with the second iPhone. So say you have it on a car, there's a video up here I took with Alex in Vegas, and you're filming with your smartphone and you're like, okay, but I want to control it as well. So have the gimbal, not just track, but control the gimbal. Scan the QR code, have the second phone, and you can actually control the gimbal with the second phone. Insta360 has really thought of quite a lot of things with this gimbal, and they all work really, really well. Now, let's talk about the design on these two. Like I said, no selfie stick. I actually forgot it didn't have one, and I was really surprised. We do have a selfie stick on this, so it's pretty cool. So we have a nice long selfie stick, and we can actually tilt it, yeah? So if we tilt it like this, then we have a nice tilt, so we can get some nice, cool, low angles, and that'll help you create in more ways than you can with the DJI. Both of them do have a quarter 20 on the bottom, so if you want to connect it to some kind of a tripod, have it higher, you're in the middle of nowhere, you can stand it up and have it follow you around. But like I said, not 360, they follow and they stop because they have hard stops, unlike the Flow 2 Pro. And another thing we have are microphones. So you probably all know the DJI Mic Mini. It's a very popular microphone, works really well, but we also have the Insta360 Air. Now, they're about the same size and they both do a fantastic job. This is pretty new, so you might not have heard of it. You can connect this via USB-C cable to the tracker and have it wirelessly work. With the Air, at the moment, you have to connect it via the actual whole system, so the receiver and the transmitter, for it to work. This is the Insta360 Air. It's the brand new microphone from Insta360 and it is connected to the Insta360 Flow 2. This is what it sounds like outside. There is some noise around me and I'm wondering how it compares to the DJI Mic Mini. This is a test with the DJI Mic Mini connected to the AI sensor on the DJI Osmo 7. This is what I sound like outside. Both of them do work and you can have some really nice audio with just a tiny little microphone right there. We can also use it with a tripod, like I said. Put you guys out of the way. This is the FroPod. One of the coolest things you'll ever see in your life. It is really cool, and it's pretty tall as well, so it does a nice job. That's a cool accessory. We also have a backpack accessory. So if we have this here, and by the way, these are all basically one touch. So if you're out there and you want to open it, they both do this, and that's it. They're on. So they're ridiculously fast to turn on. But this is really cool because you stick it in here, lock it down, and it's on your shoulder, so you can walk around with this, and when you're ready, you basically unlock it, pull it out, and you're done. So they do have some nice accessories for the Insta360 Flow 2. All in all, two of the best smartphone gimbals on the planet right here. If I had to recommend one, it would be the Flow 2, just for the extra tricks it has up its sleeve. If you want to get the bogged down, cheapest one possible, then it's $89. But I would spend that little bit more for $129 to get the tracker and have freedom of use with the MagSafe. But all in all, both fantastic gimbals that are very smooth. They both work very well. Though, like I said, you do have a lot more flexibility, especially with the selfie stick and the more durable and sturdy tripod on the Insta360 Flow 2. If you have any questions, drop them down below. If you did like my video, give me a like, subscribe and ring that bell. And I am going to catch you on the next one.